Well, DCYF is making changes in light of the death of a 9-year-old Warwick girl.
The girl who has special needs died in a bathtub inside her Warwick home.
Investigators said the conditions inside the home were deplorable. 7 other children were also living there at the time, all of them with special needs. They've since been removed from the home and placed with other families.
Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado is live in Providence with what the agency is doing to help prevent another tragic situation from happening.
Well, the DCYF director says this was the only home she's aware of that they monitor that had 8 children under one roof. One of the many questions now under review is how DCYF placed 6 foster children with one mother.
On January 3rd, a little girl died.
DCYF Director Trista Piccola holding back tears as she explained the actions she's taking to try and prevent another death like that of 9-year-old Zanai, who police say was found dead in a bathtub in her Warwick home, a house described as squalid, covered in garbage, urine, and feces. 8 kids with special needs and 1 parent with a 15-year-old child supervising the others.
We want answers. We want to understand what happened. We want to understand how she and her 7 brothers and sisters came to be in this situation when they were receiving services from this department.
Piccola says 1 DCYF employee has been placed on leave and 3 others given restricted responsibilities. She wouldn't say if a social worker who visited the home in January 2018 is one of those disciplined employees. Piccola says that social worker did not notice any of the deplorable conditions that police now describe.
At the time, the family had refused access to the 2nd floor of the home.
The adoptive mother, Michelle Rothgeb, has been charged with cruelty or neglect of a child. DCYF had allowed her to foster and then adopt 6 children in addition to her own 2 grandchildren she had custody of. How that happened is one of many questions Piccola says she hopes to answer during the investigation. And one of the immediate actions DCYF is taking is more strictly limiting the number of children that can be placed in a foster home to 5 or fewer. Coming up new at 6, we speak to the chair of the oversight committee that often scrutinizes DCYF. Live in Providence, I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.
New details on the DCYF investigation into the death of a young Warwick girl and the conditions of the home where she lived.
This tragedy follows months of scrutiny and criticism of the department, which is pledging to do better.
Eyewitness News reporter Steph Machado joins us from the Providence Mobile Newsroom. Steph?
There are a lot of questions remaining tonight, including why no one, including DCYF, intervened before this 9-year-old girl died. Today, the DCYF director promised a full investigation.
On January 3rd.
DCYF's director says the department will more strictly limit how many children are placed in a single home after police say a 9-year-old girl named Zanai died in her Warwick home earlier this month. Her adoptive mother, Michelle Rothgeb, charged with cruelty or neglect. The investigation revealed 8 children with that one parent, all with special needs, 6 of them adopted through DCYF, a teenager supervising the other kids, urine, feces, bugs, garbage, and pets all around.
The conditions that these children were found living in are completely unacceptable.
Many questions remain, including why a social worker who visited the home a year ago didn't find any poor conditions.
The family had refused access to the 2nd floor of the home.
Did she or he not come back and report that? Did he or she not ask for police accompaniment to go to that 2nd floor?
State Representative Patricia Serpa took over as chair of the House Oversight Committee in 2016. That panel scrutinizes DCYF. She expects this case to be on their list this session.
It's a horror story, and it had a tragic ending, unfortunately.
And both Representative Serpa and Governor Raimondo told us today they still have faith in Director Piccola, who was appointed to DCYF in 2017. Now, so far, we're told 1 employee here has been placed on leave, 3 others on restricted duty, and those other 7 children were removed from Michelle Rothgeb's home. Live in Providence, I'm Steph Machado, Eyewitness News.